Welcome to Return to Israel. I'm Anthony Abma, and I'm here to introduce you to Reena Joy, who owns and operates her own private business from her home in the village of Efrat. Now, Efrat is situated in the Judean hills, otherwise known as the disputed territory of the Jordanian West Bank. But it's actually the very heartland of Israel as the region of Judah from which the Jewish name is even derived. Reena Joy has a cake decorating business called Decalicious, and she operates it from her home. But due to the COVID crisis, her business has suffered immensely. She employs others who depend upon her for their income in order to live and survive. We want you to know what difficulties that these people are going through, so here is Reena's story.
Hello, my name is Reena Joy. I am the mother of 4 beautiful children. My husband and I live in Efrat, which is a settlement inside Gush Etzion, over the Green Line. And I know that it sounds like, okay, we live in the Wild West, as my husband says it, but it is a beautiful area. We are very happy that we settled here. I have been in Israel for over 30 years, and my husband also about 33 years. We decided to come to Efrat. Motivational reasons. First, I would say, is because my brother and sister lived in a close vicinity in another small settlement in the Gush area called Alon Shvut. So that was my first reasoning. I wanted to be near family. And the second thing was when we came to look at Efrat, it was just absolutely beautiful. I did not think of any ramifications that we were living in what's called occupied territory. Because if you ask me, all of Israel belongs to us, and it is the place of our forefathers. If we could live peaceably with the Arabs, there would be no problem either. It's their land as well. Unfortunately, situation is situation. I have been brought up to love the land of Israel. It was never something that my parents said you had to live here. They just always brought us up with Israel is the place where you should end up, and they always supported us. I had many friends that parents didn't want them to leave the house or leave America, but our parents always gave us that inspiration that was needed to be here. So we were 5 children growing up, and of the 5, 3 of us now live here. I began building a small cake business when my children were small. I did specialty cakes. I've been teaching cake decorating for many, many years. Started out in my own kitchen and living room teaching people from the area. I saw that I enjoyed it. And as the years went on, I ended up becoming a professional cake decorator and professional teacher all over the world. I was the importer and main teacher for Wilton cake decorating products here in Israel. And over the last 2-3 years, I kept hearing from my students that they didn't want to spend so much time on their cakes, and they wanted to do it quickly, but they wanted it to be beautiful. So through that, and through some connections that I knew from the people in our area, I actually started producing my own candy decorations, which help the mom at home or dad at home decorator who wants to make something beautiful for their family. Meaning, if you can't make roses, so buy them. If you want to do something for your son, I have these cute little candy trucks. We have unicorns, and I have animals, jungles. I have a line of about 25. I started this project about 2 years ago, and thank God it's going beautifully. And the nice thing about it is, you think that there's so many big cities out there or whatever, but I go around every day, all day, Tel Aviv, Ra'anana, it doesn't matter where, but to come back to an area like we own here is, it's wonderful. Because again, like I told you, my parents brought us up in a very Zionistic atmosphere and a very biblical atmosphere. So for me to walk around areas that I know that our forefathers also walked through, it's very emotional to know the things I learned when I was in high school about the forefathers that lived here and what they did. And I actually pass some of those places every day when I just get in my car and leave Efrat. I pass places where there's something called the the Lamed Malachim. They were people that fought in 48, and they protected this entire area. They lost their lives because they protected many families that were here. And that's where I live. There are some days when I just step out of my shoes and I look around where I am and I can't believe it. It's just ingrained. And I don't say that I take advantage of it, but it's in my blood that when you ask me the questions how I feel about it, I can honestly say I just feel it because that's what it is. But I support the entire country, not just the area where I live. Unfortunately, we have all experienced the corona now, and we all had to become very creative on how to, how should I say, make a living, make money. Luckily, the phones, I teach over the phone right now. So I'm helping my community and I'm helping my business, and it's all here in Efrat, all from my home. And I understand that you asked what would happen if I had to leave Efrat. Well, it brings tear to my eyes to think that I might have to. But if it would ever happen, we're the Jews. We learn to survive, and we learn to look at things in the right way, and that God wanted us to live. Whatever he gave us, we had to figure out a way to make it work right. So if I moved out of Efrat, you would find me somewhere, someplace in this holy land, making a good life for me, for my family, and all of Israel. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about me, and I hope to meet you all very soon. God bless.
At Return to Israel, we've launched a special COVID crisis care project to help people like Rena who have a business, who are suffering and struggling to survive under the COVID shutdown. You've just heard, Rena is one who needs help to move her business from just a regular sales to the online sales in order to survive so people can have access to her product and to be more productive and to sustain her not only now, but her business in the future and those that she employs. So if you are interested and willing to help in this special COVID crisis care project and would like to help Rena or others get their businesses online, I would very much like to hear from you. Please contact us as soon as possible, as their time is short, their crisis is severe, and we have technicians and programmers too who need employment, who are standing by, ready and willing to assist Rena and others like her to move their business online. I'll look forward to hearing from you. So thank you for joining us, and may God bless you. Anthony Abma for Return to Israel.